BPS officers having to pick up toilet paper in the bushes, when we've got mattresses on the grounds, when I've got third graders moving around, we tell them that this is a place of freedom and this is a place of law, but this is not a place to sleep. And so we've got to start being respectful of the property. And it has come to a time where I can't stand by and allow taxpayer dollars to be used on something where every other group, regardless of what they believe in, they follow the rules and they get permission. And they get permission by going to the board and asking for permission. This group has not asked for permission. You are supposed to do it in writing, and you need to ask for permission. That hasn't happened. We are not going to have this in South Carolina. We applaud them trying to go and use the power of their voice, but we don't applaud them not respecting our property in South Carolina.
For those who choose to stay, what's going to happen?
I mean, I'll let Mr. Smith, if you want to refer to that.
Thank you, Governor. As the Governor alluded to, we are giving them notice now that we're asking them to peacefully leave the grounds at 6 p.m. For those who refuse to leave, we will have no other option but to make an official lawful order for them to leave, and if they refuse to leave, they will be charged and arrested.
Charged with what, precisely?
It would be disorderly conduct if they act out, and if they don't act out, just regular trespassing.
And is there a constitutional grounds to charge somebody trespassing on public property?
This is, I mean, what we have is within the, and you can get this, this is conditions for use of South Carolina Statehouse grounds, and number 8, it says activities will not be scheduled beyond 5 p.m. in the Statehouse and 6 p.m. on the grounds unless special provisions in writing have been made to extend the time. This is about rules. You know, every other group with every other cause has followed the rules. We can't allow one group to be able to do something that every other group has not been allowed to do.
Why did you not ask them for permission beforehand?
We have gone to see if permission was asked. Permission has not been asked. They have named themselves as a leaderless group without a leader. And so we have to go and demand that they do this. They are more than welcome to ask for permission. They are more than welcome to submit in writing like every other group does in the state of South Carolina. But we are not going to continue to just be this haven for people to come and sleep and stay and continue to do what they want to do. When one, we have to protect the safety of the citizens. 2, we have to protect the safety of them. I mean, we don't want to be liable for something that happens overnight. And 3, we have to protect the taxpayers. This is costing us more money to put an overhead light because we've had to, because they were urinating in the bushes, and to have officers on there making sure that everybody is safe and doing what they're supposed to. We shouldn't have to go and have to take care of the shrubbery that's being ruined from all of this. I mean, it's too much. It's enough. And that South Carolina, that's not what we do here in South Carolina. It's not up to me. We have a general services that goes to the board just like everybody else. I looked at a list, and it was a page and a half over just the past few weeks that had asked for permission for different things during the day and at night. They use, but it's a rule, and it's you know, the rule of law in South Carolina matters, and that applies to everybody. Protest all you want.
Isn't it just like a rule set up by a state agency?
This is a rule of the Statehouse. This is the rule of the grounds of the Statehouse. That is what we're trying to do, is say, follow the rules. And I can't allow one group to not follow the rules when we expect all of these other groups to do the same thing. So what we do ask is that you, like Director Smith said, we want to have this peacefully. We are trying to give 2 hours notice because there's a lot of stuff out there. I looked at it myself today. We want you to be able to get your property. We want you to be able to take it in the way that you want to take it, but we want to give you enough time that you understand as of 6 o'clock, this is the time that you need to go. It is 17,360, I think, that's been accrued up for these last 33 days, up until now. If they stay until February, it will be $70,000.
Is that for overhead or overtime for the troopers?
Yes. And I don't know if that includes, we've also had to put an additional spotlight in. I don't know if the spotlight is incurred in that 17,000. Yes, yes.
Is there proof of urinating in the bushes and toilet paper in the bushes?
Yes, these are all things that have been cited by BPS. Toilet paper on several occasions in certain areas of the grounds, which they've had to pick up and bag. General Services and BPS had to put spotlights in place on the grounds in these areas to dissuade use of the grounds as a bathroom. Picked up trash on a daily basis left by the occupiers. Attempted to fix damage to plants and shrubs on the grounds used as bathrooms. Seen use of mattresses, camping equipment, dishwashing tubs, food tables on a daily basis. Seen use and storage of hygiene products and shaving kits, food bins, storage of signs. Seen storage of extra property, more equipment than people. There are extra sleeping bags and extra signs. It's all documented.
Governor, any of this result complaints from lawmakers?
Yes, I mean, we've had complaints from lawmakers, we've had complaints from state employees, we've had complaints from people that just drive by. You know, the people in South Carolina respect people using their voice. That's not what this is. And if there's anybody that's been out there that loves people protesting, it's me. But what I don't want is for protesters to be disrespectful. And when you've got the fact that there's a woman and her child trying to take a picture by the flowers and the BPS sergeant had to get her away because they had urinated there and there was toilet paper, there's a problem there. And, you know, we've got third graders here and we've got people that we need to make sure are safe. At night, we can't protect you. At night, I can't ask the taxpayers to protect you. And so at night, we're asking you not to be here. So from 6 o'clock until daylight tomorrow, we are going to have everybody leave. If you want to come back at daylight tomorrow, we welcome you to come back. If you want to come back every day until February, you can. But after the hours of 6 o'clock, if you are here, you will be removed.
Governor, what do you think about the message that the occupiers have for this country and elected leaders like yourself?
You know, I think that anytime someone has a message, they should be loud about it. Anytime they have to use the power of their voice, that's a great thing. I want them to continue to do that. I want them to continue to do their, show their issues and do that, but do it with respect of the rules that are in place. It says in the rules, it has always been within the rules, that nothing happens after 6 o'clock without written permission. They have not asked for written permission. They are breaking the rules of the policy of the Statehouse. They have been asked to do it and they didn't. They refuse to do it because they say they're a leaderless group. At some point, get a leader. I mean, that's what I will tell you. Get a leader like everybody else so that we can get some permission on there and then you can go forward.
So you don't want to evaluate the message that they have?
No, and I would never evaluate anybody's message. Everybody has the right to say whatever they want to say. I applaud it. It's not about what I agree with or don't agree with. It's not about whether they protest or they don't. We want all of that. But what we will not have is to have our Statehouse grounds disrespected, to have the people and the taxpayers paying the tab for it. It's wrong, and it's not going to happen in the state of South Carolina.
Don't you have a comment on their messages that politicians have too much corporate influence in this country? You are a politician, and that is what a lot of people have been saying. How do you answer to that?
Yeah, I think that their message, they can put that message out all that they want to. I mean, I think it's messages, whether it's them or whether it's the Tea Parties or whether it was somebody saying jobs. And I mean, you can look at the list of groups that come out and protest, and you can say that. But, you know, there is a way to do that respectfully. There is a way to do that that respects the grounds and the building and the grounds of the Statehouse. That's not happening right now, so their message is being lost.
What's your reaction to the...
I mean, I read... I mean, I looked out there and I saw mattresses. Did you see them? Did you see the blue tarps? Did you see the sleeping bags? Did you see the food bins? Did you see how we're having to deal with this? I know for a fact it used to be over here, and because the shrubbery got messed up from urinating in the bushes, we had to move them. I mean, all these things, I've seen it. I've watched it for 30 days. And what I will tell you is I have great respect for our law enforcement and BPS who's had to put up with this. It is wrong for us to ask them to put up with this anymore. It is not fair for us to ask them to do something that is not within the confines and the rules of the Statehouse.
Governor, what's your reaction to the Ethics Commission ruling today with regard to the way private flights are reported of campaign contributions?
We will absolutely comply. We've always complied with the Ethics Commission, and if they want to change the way they're going to do that, we'll absolutely be in agreement.
See it as a slap on the wrist to...
No, I don't see it. I see it as the Ethics Commission. They go in, they evaluate situations, they try and make them better. And if this is something that they want to see done differently, we have no problem with following that.
Governor, just to be clear about what's going to happen at 6 o'clock p.m., obviously our state asks is where a lot of people come and take pictures, the Christmas trees going up out front. Can we just have a point of clarification about what exactly is going to be happening at 6 p.m.?
Well, and let me clarify what you just said. We are getting ready for a Christmas tree lighting. We are getting ready to have a lot of families who will be walking back and forth and will be wanting to see the Christmas tree, and they should be able to do it without any fear. So that is the first thing. The second thing is I have faith that these people will respectfully and peacefully want to leave within the next couple of hours, and that they will take their things and they will show back up tomorrow morning. So, but what we are saying is we're giving you a 2-hour notice. We don't want any problems. At 6 o'clock, they have been asked to remove anyone that's still here. And Director Smith, if you want to add anything there, you can.
Taking a picture of the Statehouse is not part of Occupy Columbia. How do you differentiate between
They're not bringing a mattress. They're not using the bathroom in the bushes. They're not having sleeping bags. They're not having foods. They're, and I understand, and we are also still picking up toilet paper, and the shrubs are being ruined. Are there any other questions? That you,
Governor, do you stick by DHEC's decision to issue a water permit for the Savannah Port?
Absolutely. I back them up completely, and I will tell you there is a video that should be online soon of the speech that I gave to at the State of the Ports address. What you had with that situation with DHEC was I had the governor of Georgia fly to South Carolina and respectfully ask that our full board hear their request. I gave him the courtesy, as I know he and every other governor would give to me. What happened was Georgia originally did not meet the standards. We had a situation where DHEC, the complaints I had coming in about DHEC before I took office were that they were extremely political and extremely slow. We replaced the entire board with great business people that understand that time is money, there needs to be standards, there needs to be benchmarks, and we need to protect that. So what they have done from the very beginning is they know any project that comes before them, set a benchmark. If it is met, quickly give the permit. If it is not, then you deny it. And so what happened was Georgia went, they did not meet the benchmark. They told Georgia why, and Georgia went and committed to over 50 years financially and in accountable measures that they are now going to give to the state of South Carolina that suddenly meet that. The second side of that is we have in writing that the Corps of Engineers said that they did not need South Carolina's permission to do this. They were going to do it anyway. We actually came better off because DHEC got us something out of it instead of just having it approved by them anyway. I will tell you this. I, without question, know that the Charleston port will be the most successful port in the Southeast. If we are scared of a 48-foot Savannah, 36 miles up the river, just because we don't want to compete, we've got a problem. I know a 50-foot dual passage, dual rail distribution center area in Charleston will beat Savannah any day of the week, and I'm not afraid to fight that.
Did you in any way intervene or interject?
Not at all. I did not tell, as a matter of fact, the night before